Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a couple of items to show you for this week's gear drop from Urban EDC. So this is going to be part of the What's Hot for the, looks like it's going to be July 12th gear drop at 3 p.m. Eastern. Link is down below to the gear drop. If you follow that link, it does help the channel. I greatly appreciate any time you do that. Now, the first one here, I think dropped last week. I just didn't get my hands on it till now. Thank you to Urban EDC for being awesome and always sending me stuff to check out and show off for the What's Hot video. Makes it a little bit more personal when I'm able to handle a few of the items before talking about the drop. This is the Delta. So I can't remember the name of the designer for this one, but he did the half Delta before. And this is an Urban EDC production knife. So it was their knife, the half Delta. And it was one of their first production knives, if I remember correctly. It was very cool. It was like 2 years ago at this point. And yeah, it's really nice. This one, I'm pretty sure they're all Riot made, but you know, they don't say or anything, but that's what it feels like to me. You have a standoff instead of a bag spacer. You have a very cool clip. It reminds me of an EMP EDC clip. You got side-by-side screws, right? See that? Very cool. I like that versus up and down on this knife because you have a smaller knife. It just kind of makes sense to have that, and it'll give you a little bit deeper carry. And the clip is flat, and it worked. I tried it in pocket. It works well. And what's nice about that is in hand, it doesn't feel pokey. And I feel like that is one thing they struggle with a little bit with the Urban EDC production knives is clips. They tend to have ones that are pokey or stick up a little or whatever, right? This, perfect. Just feels great in the hand now. I have a large glove size hand, and that's where this knife falls a little short, get it? It's just a little bit shorter than I would like. I can choke up onto this flipper choil, but you are up onto that edge. You have a Riot edge termination here. Take a look at that. Looks like the plunge end's right behind the edge, so might be okay, but you're probably not going to get any sharpenings out of this before a smile. I'm not an expert. You guys see it. Let me know what you think. You have a Tanto blade, which is cool. Nice swedge up here. Again, this is a larger version of the half Delta. Now, I'm in some group chats where people were joking around and they're like, well, why isn't it like, you know, 4 inches? Because the half Delta is this big, and if you double that or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but they didn't call it the full Delta. They just called it the Delta. So maybe there will be a full Delta later. But yeah, I mean, I'm cramming in here. The flipper tabs get me. If it didn't have the flipper tab, it would be a good ergonomic grip. But then they would have to go with studs or something, and I guess it would change the design. So they didn't. So if you have larger hands, might not be for you, but hey, I can still get them on. It's just not, it just doesn't feel super comfortable, that's all. Apologies if you hear that in the background. I have a lot going on here. It's raining, window air conditioner, my kid's monitor. We got her a Tony's box for her birthday. Her birthday was today, actually, or is today. She's 3, which is awesome. And she's listening to some Paw Patrol stuff. Anyway, yeah, very cool. Milling lines remind me of like a ABW Model 2, which is very cool. You have these inlays. I really wish we would start seeing them do some fat carbon. I'm trying to convince Urban EDC to do some exclusives with me in fat carbon, because I feel like that's a just whole missed opportunity there. F5.5 Baby Barlow and fat carbon would be amazing, but we'll see if that ever happens. You got the captive pivot, which is cool, or D-shaped pivot, however they did that, but it's not spinning there. You have a hand satin, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'd say overall the blade shape and stuff is not my style, but I can appreciate the build on this, and it's got good action. Once you get it to drop, it really swings down, so it's just needs to break in a little bit. I think the bearings need to break in, because you see it drop there. Very smooth. It just doesn't want to fall from here, you know what I mean? Might just need to break in. I think it is just the pivot and bearings. A little bit of oil, and I bet this thing would just start swinging down. So yeah, very cool. Good action. The flipper tab does not have any jimping. So I wish that had jimping, because the light switch I can dig in and get a good flick. Great detent, by the way. But the push button is just kind of difficult. I struggle with it sometimes. And I feel like if it was a jimped better, up and around or whatever, it would be good. Lock bar access is cool. You got a lock bar insert, over travel, all that good stuff. Don't know what versions there are. We'll look at that in the gear drop. I think these dropped last week, though, so we'll see. But if I remember correctly, they were around $350 on pre-order. So let me know what you guys think about the Delta. Then we have from Zero Feud the Lucky Values, I think, or Lousy Values, sorry. And this is actually a enter button keyboard click. So it's a fidget, and you just kind of click it like this, and you mess around with it. If you guys remember correctly, I did a video on this guy recently, the fidget thing switch, and same thing, mechanical keyboard switch. I put the silent one in so I could take it to work. But you can make it the clicky kind if you want. And this is just one button or whatever. This is the enter button, so it's a lot louder, and it really does sound great, feels great. Feels like an aluminum cage, or case, sorry. Could be titanium, but I'm guessing it's aluminum. I don't know the price on this. We'll look at all that, but this is very cool, very fidgety. Downside, not very pocketable, so I'd prefer a smaller one for pocket carry, but overall, very, very cool from Zero Feud. And then from Justin Lundquist, or Crispy Clean Grinds, we have the Tombstone looking pocket trash worry stone. What does he call this again? It says Game Memento Mori worry stone. And you can just rub it and whatever. So I'm not a big worry stone guy. I'm a fidget guy, but I'm not a worry stone guy. Now I do like Ultim for one reason. I don't like it on my knives all that much. Here's another piece in Ultim, but I like it on fidgets because it's lightweight, durable. You're not going to snap it like plastic or anything. And it weighs nothing, so you could drop this in your pocket if you want to carry it as a worry stone or something, or just something to show people or whatever. But it doesn't weigh you down. It's not going to take up a bunch of space like these things would. You know, you could just drop it somewhere and you'd be good. Fifth pocket or something. Has a cool sword right there. Very cool. Justin Lundquist makes these in-house, which is awesome. Great dude. So, yeah, that's that. I will add this on or start this to the What's Hot video for the week. So stay tuned for the face cam part. I love you guys. I'll catch you in a second. Peace. Hey guys, Kev here, and welcome to the What's Hot video for July 12th at Urban EDC. Shout out to Urban EDC for sending me stuff to check out and just being cool. Links are down below. It's really just one link to the gear drop. It will drop at 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday the 12th, and you'll be able to pick up this cool stuff we're going to go over. So they did send me a couple things to check out as well. And I have an unboxing video for those items, but I'll give you a quick rundown of them because they are pretty cool. So I have a knife. This is the Delta. So we're going to look at who the designer is in a moment because I could not remember. But it's the same designer as the half Delta they did a while ago. This is an Urban EDC production knife. This is a prototype. They are doing a pre-order for this. I think it was on last week's drop, but as you guys know, I didn't have much for last week's drop. So, yeah. Very cool. It has milling all along the bolsters, and then has an inlay, hand satin blade. I think they're around $350, but we're going to look at that. But just my initial impression is it's a very cool knife. And if you are okay with flipper choils where you choke up like this, like I am, this fits my large glove size hand really well. It feels really good in the hand. Now, I will admit that the aesthetic of the blade, the whole kind of shape there is not my style. But that's really the only thing that would hold me back. I really like the ergos. I like the feel. I like the action a lot. They have a sticky D10 on this sucker. It feels premium, feels really good in the hand, contoured, all that stuff. the clip. I'm very impressed with the clip. It's probably one of the best, if not the best clips I've seen on an Urban EDC production knife. Usually the clips can be a little bit of a hit and miss, mostly miss for me, but I usually overlook them, you know. I will say the Baby Barlow is not one you think of when you think of the clip, but fantastic clip on the Baby Barlow. I think they have a few versions of this still up on pre-order and for sale. So I highly recommend the Baby Barlow. But anyway, the Delta is cool. Then they sent me this Zero Feud Lousy Values. So I think Lousy Values is a brand, and then Zero Feud is a brand. So they collaborated. I thought it was a Zero Feud and then Lousy Values like model, but it's a whole separate company. Anyway, very cool. I think it comes with a white key or a black key. This is actually titanium. I thought it was aluminum in the unboxing, so just keep that in mind. Fantastic clicker. If you don't mind the size, it's really the only thing that would hold me back from picking one up. That and, you know, 180 bucks I think is a little pricey for something like this. Not saying it's not worth it. Just for me personally, I wouldn't dish that out for something like this. But it's very, very cool. I had a blast with that. And then we have a tombstone looking Worry Stone, the Memento Mori from Justin Lundquist in Ultim. And I think that's really cool because it disappears in your pocket, no weight at all. And it does actually feel really nice to just caress. Just massage the Worry Stone. I'm not a Worry Stone guy, but I can appreciate this one. Very, very cool. So we'll check the prices and stuff on these, as well as whatever else they have coming. And yeah, so let's pull up the website and take a look at what we got going on this week on the Urban EDC Gear Drop. Remember, link is down below. Helps the channel if you click that puppy. Even if you buy something later, it'll remember, and that helps the channel. So looks like they have some dope ProTech Malibus here. It's sold out already, so I won't harp on it. But razor wire Vegas forged Damascus, very cool. Fellholter Craftabolt Moku tie. That looks really sick, actually. Let's take a look at the Craftabolt. Yeah, that Moku tie looks gorgeous. $6.95, but I mean, if you're going to go for a pen, hot damn, that is a sexy looking pen right there. We have some PT Pluses from ProTech. This is a model that I like. I'm not a big fan of the SNG, a little too big, right? I feel like the proportions on the PT are really good, and the Plus, I think, just adds a little bit of length to that, which is nice because the PT is a smaller knife. Now, I do wish they would get rid of this part right here and just make it like a full finger choil. Just go for it. It seems a little bit weird. It kind of looks stupid to me, honestly, with this choil here and the plunge here and then this choil. It's kind of odd. But love the knife. Looks fantastic. I think I handled one briefly at NYCKS and did enjoy it in hand. So that's good to know. Looks like some of these are I don't know if they only had 2 of each, but that's what they got left, 2 of each. So jump on those if you want. $259, not bad at all. We have another Fellholter engraved pen with the Sagaha pattern. That's nice, titanium. $225. I think that's reasonable for an American-made milled, very nicely done pen. Auxiliary Manufacturing Runt. I have never seen this. This is a fixed blade. So for my bros out there who are fixed blade guys, Javon and gluten-free EDC. Here you go. Here's another pocket fixed blade for you guys, or I assume it's on the smaller side. Micro fixed blade, yeah. AEBL at 61.5. We're looking at a 2.125 blade length and 5 inches overall. So there you go. Oh, we got a couple of cool drivers. So this is the Scout Leatherco Hex Bit driver. To me, this is like the OG of bit drivers. It is what the CRKT tool is based off of. It's that design, but these are the custom ones made by Scout Leatherco, which is very cool. Comes in brass and copper, 65 bones. I think that's very reasonable. You got a little bit of knurling. You got a spinner on the back. Very, very cool. I think it does come with that set of bits as well. Nope, sold separately. Sorry. But very cool. If you want something budget that looks just like that, you can get the CRKT tool. I will say I've had both, and this does feel more premium, and it is a little bit nicer. I think $65 is completely reasonable for a bit driver. So here we go with this guy. We have the mouse and the dude, and the mouse one is white. Always nerdy. That's $179. So they're $179 in titanium. I mean, it's titanium and it's machined and all that. So I get the price. I just think personally, if I'm going to spend that much, I want something I can put in my pocket easier. This one's from Fidget Things. It's called the Switch. Very, very cool. This one's aluminum with a Zerk cap. And you can get this in clicky. This one I have the quiet one in, the silent one in. I can make it loud, but I did that for the office to keep it quiet, which is cool. I'm sure you could probably mess with this too and swap it. I like the sound of this one way better because it has the clicky in it. But this for me is very hard to pocket. So this would be something I'd get, and then you could just put it at a desk or something, which I think most people would do anyway. You could carry it in a pouch. But a smaller one of these for me would be really cool. Even if it was like a enter button or a shift button that was just thin, like long but thin, didn't have this height to it, that'd be kind of cool. But these are really nice. I can attest to the quality. Feels really good in the hand. So 100% see and understand the price. 1.7 ounce, made in the United States. Very, very cool. Are these still available? Yes, there's one left in black and one left in white. So if you're going to get it, jump on that. You got the Goothing Knives microchip. I don't know what that is. Looks like some kind of bead. It's sold out, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. Just some kind of bead, I guess. Very cool. And then you have the Worry Stone from Justin Lundquist. And this guy is $89 in Ultim. I think that price is fantastic. I mean, he's machining these in the U.S. in his shop. You know, he's got to finish it, polish it. He's got to pack it, ship it. You got to do all that, make it, and then send it to them. They got to sell it. $90 is fantastic for that, in my opinion. And it's very, very cool. They have this listed at 1.4 ounces. I would argue it weighs less than that, but either way, doesn't really weigh much. Oh, we got a cool one coming up. So we got another Fellholter engraved pen here. And then we have a 01 EDC slider in Ultim. How about that? I didn't even know they had these. I have one of these in my, I believe it's in my pouch, in my backpack. It's black Ultim, but same thing. Very cool, guys. $90 again. Now, this one's going to be made in China, but again, it has to be made, shipped, get to Urban, and they got to sell it $90. I mean, come on. It's very small. It's like this big, and then it has really good, you know what? I'll just grab it. Should be, yep, there it is. So mine is black, but it's the same model. I'll pull this here. So this is it right here, and it slides up and it clicks down. So that's what it does. But because it's Ultim, it's very loud and clicky, and it feels snappy because it's very lightweight material. So you don't have a lot of drag on those magnets. They feel very strong, but not like too strong. I can still slide it easily, right? This is probably the ultimate slider fidget for somebody who wants something small, right? If you have small hands, or you just need to, you know, put it in your prison purse or fifth pocket or whatever, it's going to take up no room, and it's going to be fidgety. Once you get the hang of it being small, it is fun. But that is the one downside, too. It's very small. So if you have larger hands, like, you know, it's at the cusp for me of being a little too small, but I can get the hang of it and enjoy it. But here's a size comparison to that clicker. I mean, you can see this thing is absolutely tiny compared to this. Size comparison to the Switch. Again, it's very, very small. It's not the thinnest thing in the world, but it's relatively thin. Another one you guys have seen me show lately is the S Nano from Ant Design Official. And again, it's a lot smaller than that guy. So that is the pod from 01. Very cool that Urban EDC picked some of these up. I like that. The one thing I've noticed quality-wise on these is occasionally you will have a magnet hop out of here. Because it's Ultim, the glue it doesn't stick the best to Ultim compared to like metals. But I had one come out. I've had two of these, I think. I think I had one in actual Ultim. And I just re-glued it. It's real easy. I have videos on it. It literally just takes a minute of brain power and a little bit of good glue, and you can get it right back and popping. And hopefully you don't have that issue, but I just want to mention it. So very cool, $90. Love that. Pull this back up. So that was the pod. Then we have the Daily Customs pry back in titanium. That's cool. It's got some micarta inlays. $120. You got three options available: black, burlap micarta, and crosscut micarta. $120. I already said that. What's the Hamburg? Made by Daily Customs team over in Hamburg. So I think Daily Customs is the folks who make the custom scales that go onto the sacks, the Swiss Army knives. So that's cool. And they're out of Hamburg, which is my hometown. Was born there in Germany, which is fantastic. 4.173 in length. So there you go. It's going to be about an inch or so less than like a fulcrum, full-size fulcrum, 0.236 of an inch thick. So good to know on that. That one's cool. Oh, we got some Laulimas. We got the Todai Slim in aluminum. Very cool. $325 on those. They give you the different drivers. So you have the H17FX driver and the DB driver. I don't know shit about that, so don't, I would just get one and then figure it out. One left of each of Stonewash and Blasted. I can tell you the quality on Laulimas are very good. I had a Hoku. I just didn't love the twist feature. This is going to be a tail switch, I believe, so no worries there. Very, very cool stuff. You're looking at a 14500 battery. So I actually learned that the battery size is made by the length. So it's 14 millimeters long, and it's 14 millimeters in diameter or circumference, and then it's 500 millimeters long. And that's how you get that number 14,500, or say a 14,440 or something like that. It's based off of circumference or diameter and then length. So I thought that was something cool we learned recently. Shout out to whoever it was on the live stream that told us that. Mare Salt, I think. But here's some information on it if you're interested. Mr. McClicky switch, which is cool. And it's about 3 ounces. So there's your Laulima. Ooh, Boatwright blades, fixed blades. Very cool. Got to hang out with the guy behind Boatwright Blades, and he's a very, very cool dude. Yeah, really, really cool. And he started making folders, which is awesome. So he's very popular with the fixed blades as well. So he's got a couple here. Those are $2.99, and it looks like there's only black canvas micarta left at this time. We have a Scout Leather Co. Hex Spit Driver tool roll, so you can get the premium custom version of this as well, because CRKT makes that as well. And that's awesome. Very nicely made with leather. That's cool. $55. Comes in a couple of versions. And then we have the Weehaw bit set. Highly recommend you pick up a Weehaw bit set. These are hard to get, believe it or not. Getting a T6 through T, whatever it is, 15 or 20 set, even on Amazon, is really hard. And for $15, you get the extra stuff. Dude, I'm telling you, if you don't have bits, buy these now. Get a couple of these, and you'll thank me later. If I didn't have, I buy them in 30 packs. That's how I do it. But if you just need some stuff to maintain your knives, get one of these kits, 2 of these kits. It'll be worth it, $15 a pop. And it's a good price, too. So there we go, guys. That was a banger of a gear drop this week, huh? I'm surprised at how many items it had. I feel like lately we didn't have that many. Let's take a look at this Delta real quick. because I did want to just talk about it, considering I have it here, and we might as well. So here's the Delta pre-order. So my bad, $315. That's for the titanium and Elmax with green micarta and a stonewash blade. Then you have black micarta and acid etch blade for $315 as well. And then the hand rub version that I have here is $350. So that's the difference there. Good to know. I think $315 is an absolutely solid price to start at with the stonewash blade. I mean, you're talking Riot, titanium, all that stuff. That's just, guys, that's what knives cost these days. And that's an Elmax blade steel. Yeah, very good price on that, or I should say solid price. And then you have the different versions here we can take a look at. You have the acid etched, and I guess that's the stonewash. This is acid etched, and this is hand rubbed, or maybe they prototype just acid etched, and then they're just changing it to stonewash. Who knows? But you get the point. You just order what you want, and you're good to go. Very cool. The designer is Justin Snyder. Okay, and he's the designer of the Half Delta as well. Very, very cool. 3 ounces, 6.73 overall. Fantastic pocket clip. Blade length is 2.83, and that's all good stuff. And then let's just quickly take a look at the Half Delta. Oh, it's sold out. Okay. But that was the Half Delta. Same designer on this guy as well. And I always thought that was a cool looking knife. It just, was a little too small for me. But I swear that was like their first Urban EDC production knife. One of the first. So very cool to see that. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's the gear drop and a look at the Delta. Since I have it here, I'll probably do a full review on this guy as well. I really enjoy fidgeting with this knife. I've carried it. It's a good one. It really is. If you like the design aesthetic, you made a good choice on that. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you all. Again, links are down there. I love you all truly and dearly. Thank you all so much for the support. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.